Welcome to Anderson TV's brand new series that's highlighting the very best and brightest and newest from downtown Anderson. And today we are highlighting Hungrymans Cafe, and that is with Kate and Roger, who is with me today. And so we're just going to talk a little bit about what you guys are doing down there. Now, I know you've been open for what, 2 weeks?
3 weeks.
3 weeks.
3
weeks.
3 weeks and 1 day.
Okay, well, tell us a little bit about how that's been going.
It's been going fantastic.
Busy,
Every day,
busy,
busy. It's growing by the day. The carry-out business is phenomenal.
Right, so talk a little bit about that. You have carry-out and delivery as well, correct?
Yes, we do not charge a delivery fee, so long as you just don't forget the waitress or the person who, brought you that, just like you would if you were sitting there. But it helps out, we got to thinking about all the people downtown in the offices, and sometimes they simply cannot leave the office. But that leaves a vending machine, which is not very healthy and is not very fresh. So we wanted to make sure that the people working downtown that work for us to keep the city going was able to have hot, fresh food whenever they wanted.
you guys have powered through that, and sounds like you've gotten brand new equipment and have really highlighted the kitchen there to get it ready and working for you, and now you're throwing out those meals like nobody's business.
Yeah,
Right?
kidding.
We worked on that place daily for about a month to get it ready, to pass inspection and get it to open.
So let's talk a little bit about your backgrounds in the
start
food
with him.
industry. Roger?
Well, I went to culinary school in St. Petersburg, Florida for about 2 years, and I've always been in the restaurant business. My grandma and mom's owned 4 or 5 places here in town. Copper Skillet, we owned the 29th Street Cafe. Years ago, back in the 70s, we owned the Toast. We were part owners of the Toast.
Okay.
Grandma's place out on 53rd Street. So my background's been in the culinary business all my life, pretty much.
And I saw somewhere that you had an advertising tagline that said something like 3 generations,
3 generations,
of cafes,
yeah,
and
yeah.
so that's where that comes from, your
where that comes.
family.
We're both 3rd generation.
Oh, wow, okay.
So-
Yes.
Okay, and what's
Yes.
your background?
My grandparents owned restaurants and pubs in Illinois, as my mother and her aunts and stuff was growing up. They were back and forth between Indianapolis and Illinois, but whenever they owned them, they was always in Illinois. And then right about 1970, a few years before I was born, they got out of it. But my aunts and my mother carried on in the restaurant business, and then that's all I've done all my life. I've worked for major corporations like Denny's and Burger King, and I've been management to where they've sent me to other states to clean up stores as far as the labor and the food cost and everything that needed to be. Because the front of the house is my specialty, and that seemed to be where my expertise works best.
When did you all hatch this idea to start your own restaurant?
I think we've had it in our minds, and we've wanted to do it for a long time. Just never got the opportunity to make it come about.
Yeah.
And we came across this opportunity, we took it.
He's always wanted a restaurant. I've always wanted my own.
I've always wanted to start a catering business, but then this came along, and here we are.
Yep.
We
We
did
bought a
all-
concession trailer,
I was gonna say, tell
and
them
we're
about
going to do
that.
the concession trailer, and sold the concession trailer when we run across the restaurant.
Very
So the
good.
that
concession
in
trailer
mind.
to buy to have the money to get this.
Restaurant, right.
Very good. And so your long-term goals for that restaurant are what?
We're getting ready to purchase the building shortly, hopefully within the next 6 months. And then
That's
we're
our
going to
goal.
refurbish it. We're going to open up both sides, extend the kitchen out to a full-size kitchen and dining on both sides. And then we want to renovate the upstairs and make apartments there, the 2nd floor and the 3rd floor. Definitely renovate it, bring it back to its former glory, but I'm not for sure what we'll do with it yet. But it definitely has to be refurbished to be saved, because I like to refurbish buildings. I don't believe in tearing them down. It's too
Yeah.
gorgeous. That building actually still has the original elevator in it from 1892.
Oh, you're kidding.
No.
No, in the
Does
back.
it run?
No.
No, it doesn't now.
But it's there. It's just
Buy it.
nice. It's neat because it's there and it's
Yes.
When we
No.
buy it, it will. It will run then, because that's one of the things I want to refurbish. It
Well,
still
good
has
for
the
you.
bar the old man had to pull for 1st, 2nd, and 3rd floor.
Really?
Yeah, so that definitely has to stay.
Well, that was one of my questions for you. What does it mean for you and to you to be in downtown Anderson?
For me, it means a lot. It means
And this is
everything.
my hometown, so it means a lot for me too, just to be back and doing something where I grew up at.
Right.
You know?
And being down here, because unfortunately so many places have moved to the south side. It's almost like they've abandoned the north side and they've forgotten about the downtown people. And this is where the people who keep the city running work. It's like they've been forgotten. And we just want to make sure, that they're not forgotten. That's why it's Hungryman's friend. They're going to be hungry during the day. They can't go out and get something other than a vending machine, and that's why we're here.
Great. I wondered where that name came from too.
Yeah.
Very good.
For that reason right there.
Yeah,
Right.
love that. Okay, well, tell us some specifics about the restaurant. Like, when are you open? What are the hours?
7 to 3 Monday through Friday, or 7 to 4 Monday
We just
through
changed
Friday,
this week to 4.
Oh, okay.
and closed on Saturdays, 10 to 2 on Sundays.
Very
And we're
good.
working on, maybe if the business starts going right, opening up on Saturdays eventually.
Once we get knowing more and people are willing to drive to
Right.
downtown for that, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, and now the name is Hungrymans Cafe. That is a DBA. Our legal name is For Our Two Angels. And where that come about is we both have had growing daughters that passed away
Recently.
My
Wow.
daughter, in fact, the last conversation with my daughter was her calling to tell him Happy Father's Day, and she considered him her father. And that was 4.5 years ago, 2013. And then November of last year, his only child His daughter passed away at 30. And they both wanted to go into the restaurant business too with us if we ever went in. So this is for our 2 angels. So we're doing it for them.
So this truly is a labor of love for you.
It is. That really is.
Yeah, that's very special.
Yeah. It is, because it's heartbreaking sometimes to wake up when we walk in. We know that if they were there, they would be right there with us.
And would be so excited and loving all that excitement around your business.
It is. So sometimes we're smiling, but our heart's crying because we know they'd be there.
Yep. And I'm sure that they're looking down on you and are so proud of you guys.
Yeah, I think so. Definitely.
A lot of people's proud of us by now, I think, through us.
A lot are, but it'd be nice to be able to hear them say it.
You bet.
But that's why we named the legal name for our 2 angels, because we're doing it for them. In memory of them.
I love that story. And there's so many times when we talk to people that we find out this really amazing backstory that no one knows about. And that's part of the reason why I love doing these interviews, because you find out what really makes people tick and what's really pushing them.
Right.
And for you guys, obviously, it's your 2 daughters.
It is. That's where our focus is and everything. We still have the first. He's getting ready to come up on the first, for his daughter. Her first birthday was September 29th. So he's just coming off that and going into the first of her passing. But
yeah, and that's hard. That first year.
Yeah, she passed away on Thanksgiving Day.
Yeah. Yeah, so.
Today, you were telling me that you had a really crazy day at the restaurant. So tell me a little bit more.
It's always crazy at lunchtime. Between 11 and 2, we're nuts in there.
But today, it seemed to have hit early. Usually our busiest time, it seems like right about the time we got to our busy time, it started to slow down. But we got hit early, and it was deliveries. I even delivered out to GTI out in Flagship. And I delivered a meal to Hoosier Park.
Wow.
All the way. And I have to deliver to Oak Motors. And, we've...
Yeah, so you've been on both ends of the city then.
Correct.
So word is getting out about your
It's definitely getting out there.
And everybody's like, that's a little far to take an order. And I said, well, you know what? They work there. That doesn't mean they live there.
Sure.
So, they may live closer and appreciate a place to go to.
Right.
Closer to home. Especially on a Sunday downtown instead of having to drive all the way to the south side. Have something closer to home.
So if somebody wanted to order carry out, how do they do that?
All they have to do is call our number at 765-356-4823. Or now we got a fax machine the other day. So 356-4901. And you're able to fax your order in, and it'd be ready in about 15 minutes.
That's great. So people can come in and pick it up. You can deliver it to them.
Or they can come in and just sit down and eat.
Yes, or just come on in.
Right.
Now, the other day I came in, and I had been hearing rumors about this really amazing biscuits and gravy. And sure enough, you did not
Wasn't
do
disappointed,
it.
was it?
No, not at all. It was great.
And our biscuits and gravy are, excuse me.
No, you're fine.
Our half orders are 2 biscuits. Most people's are 1.
That's what I was just getting ready to say.
Full orders
I
are
got
3.
the half order, and it was so much food. It was great.
Come in and try the Hungryman breakfast. You think that was a lot?
Yeah. I don't think I better dare.
And, we also have, not only is our gravy homemade every day, sometimes he has to make 2 to 3 batches, but we also have bacon gravy, not just sausage gravy.
Yes.
So we have 2 different type of homemade gravies.
Yeah, I was surprised when you asked that if I wanted bacon or sausage, and I thought, well, I didn't know there was an option.
Yeah.
So very good. If people want to see your menu, where could they go to do that?
Hungrymans Cafe on Facebook.
Okay.
And we're working on a webpage right now. Unfortunately, I'm not the most tech-savvy person in the world. So I have somebody working on that for me right now.
Very good. So there's lots of options for people to join you.
Oh, yeah.
Either to come in or to go and just fax you an order and pick it up in 15 minutes.
And we do all of our meats. We cut in-house.
Right.
Everything gets cut right there on the premises.
Fresh. In-house. I'll meet the corned beef. The
turkey,
turkey,
the ham, everything gets cut right there.
And he uses real marbled rye
for
the Reuben. Yep. Right. And then not this Saturday, but next Saturday, I have allowed the place to be used. A friend of mine has a thing called the Big Project, and she helps women who are coming out of abusive situations. So the restaurant next Saturday is going to be open for spaghetti or lasagna dinner at $6.99, and 100% of the proceeds goes to the woman and her children that's being helped on this project.
That's so great.
It is going to be
you're already giving
to
back to the community.
Yes, definitely.
That's wonderful.
It'll just be noon to 6, but 100% of the proceeds, goes to her. And like I said, it's going to be spaghetti, and I think lasagna, and I might even add some Alfredo. Something a little different,
Sure. So the other day when I came in, I noticed all over the walls were all these historical pictures of Anderson.
Right.
So tell me a little bit about your love for Anderson.
That was pretty cool, though.
Was-
Most of that stuff was there when we got the building.
Oh, really? Okay.
Believe it or not, we knew that we wanted to take pictures of Anderson. Now, we still got more we want to add. I want to get pictures of the guys at Delco Remy on the assembly line, Guide Lamp. But I said, when we get a place, I want to have old pictures of the old buildings. And when we went there to look at the place, he opened the door, and it's like they were on the wall. So as a kudos to Claudette, who had the Your Way Pet Cafe that passed away, we kept them for now. They're going to be rearranged and with the others added in. And then, we knew our colors were going to be black, orange, and yellow. And we went to the back.
Ain't that odd?
The plates that were there already that came with the place were black, orange, and yellow. So it's
Hey, that was perfect.
It was meant to be.
Yeah, it's a little confirmation there for you.
That was
isn't
kind of
it?
like, wow.
It was. Yeah. So it's kind of a kudos to Claudette right now, who had the place but passed away. But we're getting ready to redo some of the pictures. Hoosier Press is offering, to do those for us. They've been wonderful help.
Right.
And
they're right next door to you, aren't they?
yes,
Is
they
that
are.
right?
Yeah,
Okay.
they're going to redo some of the
They're good people.
pictures. They really are. And we're going to add the other ones in and do some rearranging. And we got permission now from the person who currently owns it to go ahead and redecorate the way we want to.
Good.
So that's going to start coming along slowly but surely.
Right, so you're right next to what used to be Claudette's Your Way Cafe, correct?
It is.
That-
That used to be her
is.
place.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
that used to be the Your Way Cafe. And before that, the Quiznos.
That's right, okay. I was thinking Quiznos came after her cafe.
Right, Quiznos was first, and
Okay.
and
She
then
had a cafe for a few years and just
her health got bad.
health
Right,
got bad. She
right.
passed away, and I think
Been empty since.
It's been empty for 3 or 4 years
Right.
before we got it.
Yeah, I remember that. Very good. That's what I love too, is that you took an empty building and are repurposing it and
Right.
have plans to, redo the
Well,
whole
our plans
Save
are
it.
to get the whole building.
thing. Right.
Right, and then, like I said, do as much preservation as possible. I
Very
love
good.
preserving to the point where I love to walk around and look at the old buildings that still have the painting on the side from the department stores that were there in the 20s and 30s. And
That's
all
so
I can
cool.
think about is I wish there was something you could spray on that to keep it from
save it,
chipping off,
protect
to
it.
save it.
Yes.
Yes. I just love that old advertisement.
Okay, so one more time before we close with our time here, let's just go through how they can reach you and what your hours are again, just so it's fresh in everybody's mind.
They can look at Hungrymans Cafe on Facebook. They can call us at 765-356-4823, or they can fax it at 765-356-4901. And we'll cater to any
Okay.
size. We can do catering. And also, if somebody wants to just use the place for a Saturday, if they're going to have a group of people and they want to be by themselves, or even later on a Sunday, we're willing to do that too. Just
Yeah,
open
just
up just for them.
Give us a notice
Oh, that's
what you
wonderful.
want.
Wonderful.
that.
And Roger, tell us again the hours and days that you're open.
7 to 4 or Monday through Friday, closed on Saturdays, and 10 to 2 on Sundays.
Perfect. Thank you guys so much for coming out and being our guinea pigs for the very first one
Thank
in
you
this
for having us.
downtown series.
Thank you for having us.
All right, thank you.
And thank you, Anderson TV and Anderson TV viewers, for always being supportive of new businesses in Anderson.